Page 54, London Bridge. Here we're getting out of C position and middle C position and all that. We're starting to move around a little more. I've already tried to explain a number of times that when you're in a 5-finger position, any position, the thumbs might have to cover 2 notes and the little fingers might have to cover 2 notes. You just have to be ready for that at any time. It can happen, whenever. So we've been through all that. Hopefully that's not a surprise when you see it in the music. Oh, I got to use my little finger to play this note too. Well, yeah, if necessary. The thing we're doing different here, and they give you a chart. I don't like those charts. I want to look at the music and see what it is. If you look at the right hand in the music, you see it starts on 4th finger on G here. That puts your hands in this position. That's D position, not C position. Here. The left hand's got a C chord, it's in C position. That's okay, they can be in any position, doesn't matter. So just keep that in mind on this piece, we got to do that. And then you get that dotted rhythm in 4/4 time, so it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and etc. And then you get to the last measure, the second line. Look out, because you're here, but that last note, you got to bring the thumb down to cover the C. You're just covering 2 notes again, is all. You're not moving the hand, leave the hand there, because when you repeat, it's got a repeat sign, you go back up, you got 4th finger again. Now the second time you play it, when you're done, you can relax and bring the hand down if you want, because you're done, it doesn't matter, but otherwise you'd leave the hand there. Left hand just has the chords, the C chord, G7 chord, that's it. Just keep in mind that the first 2 measures in the left hand, those are tied. All those notes, so you're going to hold those down for 8 counts for the full 2 measures. Both lines are like that. Now, there's also a note at the first of this, underneath the brightly. I'll come back to brightly. Second time, right hand, 8 VA. So when you repeat it, your right hand is simply going to go up an octave from here to here. So it's here. Still going to play loud, or you're going to play soft this time. The first time you're going to play loud, but then when the second time comes along, you're up here. Just make the left hand softer. Now the idea of moving the right hand may cause a problem, because there's no rest or anything, there's no time to move it. So when you finish that last measure of the second line, you're here. Then to play it the second time, you got to go up to here. So go from here to here. Look down at the piano, and as you lift up, because it's between a phrase, you take that advantage of that little silence you get between the phrases, and you move. And that's what it is. So the last measure is here, and then you move and lift up. Both hands will lift up, but only the right hand's going to move. There. So you may have to practice that. Move. Now this brightly thing. Again, it's not a speed, it's a mood. Play it brightly. Feel bright. Play it bright. How fast would you go? There are words to this, even though they're not in the book. It's just, it depends on how many beers you've had or how much wine or whatever, on how brightly you're going to play it. That's the idea. When we do the play with me, we're going to go slow. In fact, let's go ahead and try the play with me. It's a 4/4 time to give us 4 counts. Let's try this. And we are going to repeat, because we got to move the right hand up. Now, we're going to repeat because it says to repeat, but when we repeat, we're going to move the right hand up. So start out with your hands in the positions they're supposed to be. 4 counts. 1, 2, ready and go, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 2 and 3. Repeat. 2, 3 and 4 and 4 and 4 and 2 4 and